In 2023, I made 330 live streams, created and uploaded 42 videos, and wrote hundreds of community and Patreon posts. During 2023, I have shared 372 unique ideas about Russia. I have also made some forecasts and predictions. This is the end of 2023. And I want to share with you when I was wrong and when I was right. Let's put me right on the spot. Howdy everyone, my name is Konstantin and welcome to Inside Russia. We're living in today's Russia Explained, usual Russia explained by the unusual Russian. No propaganda, BS or lies here, only truth, common sense and logic. And some emotions too, because I'm a human being after all. I'd like to take responsibility today. Responsibility for what I've said and for what I have predicted. One of Russia's biggest problems these days is that people aren't held responsible for their words. I remember the times when they were, and I mean all people, including the politicians. They say outrageous lies publicly, and the next day they act as if they never said anything. I don't like that. I hold responsibility for my words. I share my thoughts and I make opinions about everything Russia. And you listen and believe me. At least many of you do. And sometimes I turned out to be wrong. Sometimes I mislead you, but never intentionally. And when I find out that I was wrong, I misled you, I always bring it up and I explain why. So I want to bring everything up today to put myself on the spot. And if I miss something, again, unintentionally, I tried to remember everything where I was wrong today. Please, you put me on the spot in the live stream comments. And I'm ready to answer. And I'm ready to take responsibility again. But at the same time, I'll be pointing out when I was right. So, let's go. At first, I thought I'd talk about 10 predictions where I was both right or wrong, but there are many more, and I started counting them down. It's actually quite many more than 10. So here are just most important ones I have come up with. Mobilization is coming to Russia. I predicted the new wave of mobilization was coming to the country, and I made 2 streams about that. First stream was, I believe, on January 5th, Putin's total war coming, and new mobilization is about to start. And the next stream was January 7th, where I was more specific. I predicted that mobilization in 2023 will start on January 17th. Well, what can I say, folks? I turned out to be right. January 17th, Shoigu, the Ministry of Defense/Offense of Russian Federation, signed a decree increasing the armed forces significantly. And mobilization has been going on since. Well, as a matter of fact, the mobilization never stopped. It's still going on, the one that was started on September 21st, 2022. It's new kind of mobilization. It's secret, it's smart. Heck, they're trying to sign people up to get people in other countries. There were 2 international scandals recently. One in Cuba, where the Cuban authorities arrested numerous people. They actually found crime ring or a crime organization that was aimed to get people from Cuba into the front lines to fight for Russia and Ukraine. And the second scandal happened in Nepal recently. Same thing. They were trying to mobilize people, locals in Nepal, and Nepalese government didn't really take it easy. They made a huge international scandal. There are many personal examples. I go every morning, I wake up and I go to have breakfast and meet fellow Russians, Ukrainians, Uzbeks, and mostly Russians who have escaped Russia, just like me. And, we have families, we have friends, we have all kinds of people we know that are left in Russia. And we talk, we communicate. Every single week, news came over this year that mobilization was still going on and people were getting yanked up. Relatives, distant relatives, friends, people someone knew, things like that. So mobilization is happening. It's covert. It's very secret, but it's there, and it's really not wise to deny it. Okay, so I was spot on, and I even was spot on the date, January 17th. That's when Shoigu signed the paperwork. Well, next, I predicted that Russian economy will demise in 2023. It has not happened. Well, it's happening. But demise is not in 2023. Right now, there's no demise. It's on the way there fast, and things are not well. But I cannot say that Russian economy has demised. I was wrong, but at the same time, I was right. And I would like to tell you a little bit about that, because that's one of the biggest topics I've been covering this year. Russian oil Mageddon. It's a good thumb I made. Basically, I've been talking about Russian economy and about oil and natural gas export demise, because these two things, they're very interconnected. So on January 16th, I made this live stream, and I called it Russian Oil Mageddon 2023. Failing oil prices are crashing Russian economy, demise everywhere. Again, this is what I said back in the stream. I said, look, Russia did well with oil exports in 2022, and it sold lots of oil. Wasn't selling any natural gas any longer because, well, obviously Nord Stream pipelines are destroyed. And Europe is basically not buying Russian oil. Well, buying it very little. It cannot sell, gas. It cannot sell gas to other countries because you need pipelines for that. You can sell liquefied oil, but there's no infrastructure in Russia for that. So, liquefied natural gas. So it has one pipeline to China, but it's not making much profit. It's called the Power of Siberia, Sila Sibiri. And they're trying to build the second pipeline, Sila Sibiri 2, and China is sabotaging. That's another story. Well, anyway, in the beginning of 2023, I said that the biggest problem that would be affecting Russian economy was falling oil prices, and most importantly, sanctions over Russian oil. On December 6th of 2022, sanctions in Europe started. Package number 7, I think it was 7. Anyway, Europeans stopped buying Russian oil altogether. And everyone in the world had to pay no more than $60 per barrel for Russian oil, so-called oil price cap. What happened? Basically, oil and natural gas are Russia's bread makers. If Russia sells oil, economy, no matter what, economy is afloat. If it doesn't sell oil, or there's a huge drop in oil prices, economy starts crashing. So, besides that, there's a perfect storm. above Russian economy right now. But oil and natural gas, the most important things, the most important components. So basically what Russia did, it started circumventing sanctions. It started selling around the sanctions, so to speak. And it succeeded. It was still receiving decent money despite the sanctions. And at the end of this year, the oil prices skyrocketed. And Russia made lots of money again. And that has kept Russian economy afloat. Price rise was artificial, in my opinion. Russia has made a deal with Hamas. So Hamas attacked Israel and brought instability to all markets. Russia benefited greatly. It's not confirmed. There's no facts. It's just rumors, let's put it this way. But Russia has benefited greatly from this Hamas and Israel war. Anyway, so oil Mageddon did not happen. It happened, but not to the extent that I expected it to happen. But the thing is, it's happening. Oil prices are falling. In the Western countries, especially the United States of America, has started paying very close attention to the companies that help Russia circumvent sanctions. And they've started cracking down on those companies. And Russia is having many more difficulties of exporting oil now at the very end of 2023. And I think it's safe to say that next year will be what I meant for 2023. Oil Mageddon is happening and it'll worsen. So I was wrong about Russian economy demise, but I am right. I was right, and I'm still right, saying that Russian economy is declining, great deal, landsliding. It's just the landslide has been delayed. I think the major stuff will start happening after March 2024, the presidential elections. Right now, they're trying to masquerade, to facade, to sugarcoat everything, the economy, all the troubles that are happening. They want to create this image among Russian people of everything's going fine. So I think that I bet that oil Mageddon will be happening. And actually, you know what, folks? I'm doubling my stakes. What I'm seeing happening right now to the economy is things are turning out to be much worse than I previously thought in January of 2023. I'm seeing even a bigger demise than I had thought before. So I'm doubling my stakes. I think that the economy will be even in bigger shambles. Well, anyway, it'll demise even bigger than previously thought. And but no, it's the end of the year and it has not demised yet. So next, I predicted that the revolution was up in the air and there will be civil war. Folks, I was spot on. Act 1 happened. Remember this stream? Yes, that's 3rd of June. And soon after, 3 weeks after the stream called 7 Reasons the Civil War is coming to Russia and Russia breaking into pieces, if, when, who, and how, 3 weeks after the Civil War actually came to Russia. ЧВК Wagner invaded Russia. It was stationed in Ukraine. It returned to Russia. It captured the city of Rostov. It was killing servicemen on the way. It shot down 8 aircraft, planes, and helicopters. It engaged into fights with Russian military. It captured Russian military generals, number 3 and number 4 in the armed forces. It declared that it was moving towards Moscow and toppling Vladimir Putin. It actually did make it almost to Moscow. And, it stopped. But the mutiny happened. Also, I made another stream on 30th of March, and I named it "Is Revolution Up in the Air in Russia?" And turned out to be, it was. Now, did the revolution succeed? Did the civil war start and continued? No. It was like a fire that broke out, and the government, Putin and his buddies, they put it down. In a very interesting, cunning way, but they put it down. But guess what? It's coming. It's coming. I'm still stating my opinion. A revolution, well, I'm not sure if it's going to be a revolution, but it's going to be a civil war for sure. Other Prigozhins will follow. And I'm not sure if it's going to be 24th. Most likely could be 25th, but it's coming. Next, Russia turning into a madhouse. Oh, I actually underestimated how bad it was. Crazy Russian news were born out of this, how do you call that? Stream, I guess, situation. I made the stream on January 19th, and I basically told that things were not well in Russia. Things were just getting very strange, very, very weird. And I called Russia the madhouse. Now I call it the mad circus. And folks, thing is, it's getting worse and worse. Every single week it gets worse. Logic, common sense, and reason have departed my country. You can... It's actually what Russia is becoming right now is even the madder house than I expected it to become in January. Just watch crazy news updates every Friday. By the way, there's another update coming tomorrow, and trust me, it's going to be so crazy. I'm making it, and I have hard time believing what I'm seeing myself, okay? I even think that some people out there who watch my crazy Friday news updates, they probably wouldn't believe me saying Constantine it's impossible for things to be so crazy in the country. But I swear, I don't make these things up. I can't. So please tune in. And yes, I was spot on. Russia has become the madhouse, and it's becoming even worse. It's becoming a mad circus gulag, something like that. I don't even know how to, name it now. Next, I predicted Russia as I knew it was over. Forgive me for this picture, the Poles, because this is Warsaw apparently from some kind of computer game. I thought it was Moscow, so that's why I put it on a thumbnail on the stream. But the idea, it's not Warsaw in the stream. It's Moscow, Russia. It's in the stream, I explained that it was it. The country that I knew very well, it did not exist anymore. Unfortunately, And it turned out to be absolutely right. These days, I look at Russia and I can't associate myself with the country. I was born and raised there. I spent 20 years living in Russia, but heck, it's a different country, different people. And it changes every single day. It mutates, and the change is not good, okay? So I was spot on, and I'm very sorry about that, because I want Russia to be different. But the Russia as I knew it was over. And 2023 has proved it. Right now, things are happening. It's quickly becoming some monster, some gulag / med circus / madhouse, / mental clinic, or all these things. Anyway, January 31st, I made this live stream. Says this is the end. The country that I loved is no more. And yes, I was right. And next, I predicted that planned economy was coming. Holy moly, I was right. Or what? Gosplan. If you lived in Eastern Bloc in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you must have heard this thing, Gosplan. State planning economy, state planning for people how much and what to consume, at what prices to buy, and the whole 9 yards. 15th of February, I made the stream, named it Planned Economy, coming back to Russia, how they are resurrecting the USSR. Well, folks, we are seeing it now. The economy starts falling apart. Remember, it's perfect economic storm above Russia right now. And the government wants to sugarcoat everything. It wants to show Russian people that things are normal. Don't worry about anything. And I mean, you got to be absolutely insane to believe that. But I guess there are many insane people. So, for example, there's egg shortages now. Well, the prices for eggs are just skyrocketing. You still can buy eggs at high price. But if you want to buy cheap eggs, you actually have to stand in food lines and in egg lines. And the government, what they're doing is, first of all, they go in after the producers of eggs and threaten them with prison time. They threaten them with fines. They start investigating why you hijacking the prices. Wait a second. Everything has gone up. The inflation has, the prices for chicken food, for chicken medicine, for logistics, the prices, antibiotics, everything is bought abroad. Nothing is produced in Russia. Therefore, Russian ruble is devaluing and the price is going up. So it becomes more expensive to produce eggs, right? On top of that, Russia's central bank has hijacked the key interest rate to 15%. That is making eggs and everything else more expensive. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that. But the state prosecutors have been coming to the aid manufacturers, producers, and threatening them. And I think 1 or 2 criminal cases are open right now against executives. Oh, you can't jack up prices like that. That's crime. Since when it's become crime? Well, it is now. That, my friends, is nothing but the planned economy. The government is trying to sugarcoat. It's trying to control more and more of Russian economy. And this is Gosplan. This is the controlled planned economy. They have nationalized businesses, foreign, and now they're nationalizing Russian businesses. That is absolute planned economy. This is control. This is USSR is officially back. And yes, was I right or what? Next, I predicted medicine shortages in Russia. Well, there you have it. There are plenty of shortages of different kinds of medicines. Plenty. Life-threatening stuff like insulin, antibiotics, and not life-threatening stuff. But you cannot buy over 300 medicines in Russia. What are people doing right now? It's not clear, okay, because it's not at the point where it's erupting in the public. Public is talking about it, but government is trying to keep the talks down. Okay, they're trying to sugarcoat the situation until March. And after March, it'll become very, very, very bad. This is life and death situation. People are actually dying because of that, okay? Medicine shortages are happening. And on top of that, the doctors shortages. Doctors are leaving Russia left and right. So I was right about that. I made the stream on March 1st, and the situation's been becoming worse and worse. Next, I predicted that YouTube will be banned in Russia in 2023. I was wrong. YouTube is alive and well. I made the stream on the 31st of March called YouTube in Russia banned in 2023, will be banned in 2023. Russia is taking real steps. And I actually, before that, I made 2 streams over 15 months, I believe, because they were heavy rumors that YouTube was going to be banned. There were a few occasions that YouTube was a bad boy for the Russian government. That's what the Russian government thought. It started banning YouTube channels of Russian Z patriots, and it banned the official channel of Russian parliament. Boy, they got irate, and they warned everyone to get off YouTube or else to download all the stuff from YouTube because it's gonna get banned. And there are lots of fist pointing, in the air in Russia. And then they realized that they did not have anything to replace YouTube with. And that was the biggest problem for the people because, people, the populace, they have not changed much since, since thousands of years back. The people want bread and entertainment. And YouTube is modern entertainment. If people can't access YouTube, then they're gonna have lots of free time on their hands and they're not gonna have lots of entertainment. So what are they gonna do? Most likely they're gonna go on the streets to walk around, to meet each other, to mingle, to meet, to spend time together. And then they will start asking questions. Why is YouTube banned? Oh, why there are egg shortages? Why eggs cost so much? And all kinds of bad questions, And who knows what happens next? And I think Russian government doesn't like that. So I think that they left YouTube untouched just because of that. So YouTube is not banned in 2023, but it will be banned by all means, either in 2024 or in 2025. Because Russian government is heavily building an alternative to YouTube, and it's called VK. This platform is shit. Pardon my language, Ouch. Crap. Unhear what I said. I apologize. So it's bull crap. YouTube is, in my eyes, is a fantastic platform with very good algorithm that caters information to every single person, depending on person's interests. VK is basically a directory of videos uploaded. There's no algorithm, so it's not even comparison. But what they've been trying to do is they've been trying to buy Russian YouTubers and to move them from YouTube to VK, and they have succeeded in doing so, especially those YouTubers who are into entertainment, the stand-up comedians, doing entertaining shows, stuff like that. And they pay them lots of money. So these people are on VK. And I think that Russian government is working now on means of how to ban YouTube so Russians don't access it. And the Chinese so-called friends have been helping them because Chinese are really good at cyber security, building the cyber wall around the country, and they're giving Russians their experience, sharing their experience, and that's what they're gonna do. So YouTube is not banned in 2023. I was wrong again, but it will be banned. I was right, but delayed right, so to speak, So I'm marking my words, and I'm gonna, come back to that again. Next, I predicted that Z patriots, the important ones, the influencers, the ones who are heard by many people, will become a threat to Russian state and be taken care of. And look at this stream thumb. Who is there? On April 5, I made the stream called Why Russian Turbo Patriots Are a Threat to Putin. And guess what happens now? Igor Girkin, the guy, he's the most influential Z patriot The one who started the entire war of Russia and Ukraine. He's the criminal. He shot down the Boeing carrying hundreds of passengers. He's wanted by Hague International Crimes Court Tribunal, and this guy is he's in Russian jail. Why? Because he spoke too much. He was too bold. He did become a threat to Putin and to Russian state. He became the threat to the current system. So he is in prison under investigation, and looks like he's going to get 10 years. And the chances are he's a dead man walking. And they're not going to let him live. And I think he knows about that too. Well, karma. That's what you get for starting the war in Ukraine. That's what you get for shooting down passenger planes. That's what you get for killing people. That's what you get for being a scumbag. They're going to kill you at the end. People who you worked for. Next, I predicted protests will start happening in Russia. I was right. On April 17th, I made a stream. What will it take for Russians to protest? A look inside Russian protest movement. Let me quote myself. When will they try to protest? When war will knock on their door. When it will start happening. They're living in the bubble, not seeing much outside their bubble, and they will start protesting when their bubbles will be burst. Folks, I was right again. Protests have started in Russia. They're strange, but they're protests. Women are protesting. The wives of the mobilized men who are at the front lines have been there since the beginning, 14 months now. No breaks, no rotation, no vacations, no decent food, no armament, just sitting there rotting in the trenches, dying, and their women, mothers, wives start protesting. This is a fairly fresh new phenomenon in Russia. It started happening on November 7th, the first protest. But now there is a big Telegram channel called Put Domoy that has thousands and thousands of women. They are organizing this some kind of a union. Russian government is not touching them because they are afraid if they start killing, imprisoning, beating, arresting these women, their men, sons and husbands are at the front lines, at war, armed. And if they look back and see what happens to to their wives and mothers, they will ask this question: perhaps we are fighting at the wrong place, and who knows? They just might go back to help their women, mothers and wives. So Russian government is not touching them, but their protests are growing. They're trying to buy them out with money. They're trying to send them spies to break up this movement, but it's not working. Okay, and I don't think it'll work. I think these protests will grow stronger. And then who knows what happens when others look at the mothers and wives, and perhaps they will start asking questions as well. Again, you see, these people's bubbles, they burst. Their loved ones were basically prisoners and sent to the front lines, mobilized. And now these women, they're protesting. So, next, I predicted that Russian real estate market will crash in 2023. I was wrong. I was wrong. It'll crash on 2024. On 24th of April, I made a stream called Russian Real Estate Market Bubble to Burst Soon. Real estate in Russia in 2023, not well. What has Putin done? Basically, I predicted that it's going to be over soon. And it's not. It's not for basically one simple reason. You see, Russian government knows the importance of real estate market for Russian economy. It's one of large engines that are still pulling Russian economy, well, keeping it afloat, I should say. And Russian government has been pumping money into real estate market by subsidizing mortgages. That keeps demand for housing used and new somewhat existing because people have less and less money. But the government is pumping money into subsidizing mortgages. For example, the key interest rate right now is 15%. It means that mortgages are given at around 19%, 18-19%. Think about it. Apply this interest rate onto yourself. Will you buy a house at 18% interest rate? Will you take a mortgage? I don't think so. But the government says, okay, we're going to help you out. We're going to give you, this interest rate, we're going to pay, let's say, 11% for you. So instead of 18, you're paying 7. 7 is decent. 7, you can do that. And you buy an apartment or a house. And if you are like certain category, for example, a serviceman, then you get even lower interest rate for mortgage because, the subsidy even bigger. If you are FSB, you probably get interest rate 0. You get the picture. The Russian government has been pumping money to keep real estate market afloat. Well, it's also taken a negative effect on the Russian economy because it's driving inflation up, okay? And Russian central bank is trying to do the opposite. It's trying to dry Russian market of money. And then the subsidizing government subsidy to mortgages is opposite effect, okay? So there's a battle going on between the central bank and the Ministry of Construction of Russian Federation. Anyway, it has not crashed. I was wrong. I think it will crash in 2023, perhaps early 2024. Honestly, I think everything will crash in the second half of 2024 or 2025. Sorry, I mistook the years, mistaken the years. So 2023 hasn't crashed. I think it'll crash in 24, perhaps 25. So, moving on. Next, I predicted that Russia's biggest threat will become secondary sanctions, and I was absolutely spot on. Right now, secondary sanctions is Russia's biggest killer. It's killing its economy, and economy is killing everything else. I made the stream on 25th of April about the secondary sanctions, how the secondary sanctions killing the Russian economy slowly but surely, and I was, again, right. Sanctions round 1 were not really effective. Now, at the end of 2023, and that started happening around September, all countries understand that they are in a long-term Cold War with Russia again, and they start returning to sanctions, to fine-tuning sanctions. For example, the United States of America is going after companies that are helping to circumvent the sanctions. In countries like Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Armenia, they search such companies and destroy them by placing them under personal sanctions. They are changing the strategy toward the sanctions for the oil transporting companies that are helping Russia to circumvent oil price cap sanctions. Anyway, this is happening. This is very serious, and it's not good for Russia. Moving to the next prediction. Next, I predicted success of Ukraine counteroffensive. I was wrong. I did so on May 9th, made a stream called Ukrainian Offensive Begins. What do we need to know? And, well, again, I was wrong. Not much to say. I think you all know as much as I do. Russian military-industrial complex have started working much more effectively, and the Western support to Ukraine has been not as swift as everyone wanted. All of us wanted for it to be. I cannot say that no one can say that Ukrainians have suffered some kind of a defeat. No, they moved forward, but the plans were they would just, be victorious, and I guess they're not. The situation at the front lines has becoming to look like World War I, where there was a huge front line, and for years no one moved anywhere. They were just sitting there killing each other. So this is how it starts looking right now. And of course, it can change. There are talks of F-16 airplanes finally coming to Ukraine. That might change everything. I don't know. I'm not a big expert in military, so we'll see soon. But I was wrong, and I admit that. The next news, I predicted that Prigozhin will be killed. And it was a killing success. Folks, I made quite a few streams on that, and I think I said it on 5 or 6 numerous occasions. On May 19th, I made a stream. It was called "Why Prigozhin, Wagner's owner, Isn't Dead Yet?" And look, he's serving. He was a cook back then, and he was serving dinner to Putin and George W. Bush. Oh, good old years. Prigozhin should have stayed the cook, He should have stayed the cook. And then there was another stream on June 28th called "Wagner Blew It, but Paved Road to Kremlin for the Others." And I also said that he was a dead man walking. I was absolutely sure. The thing is, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that Prigozhin made critical mistakes. He made Putin look weak. He betrayed him. He showed that the whole system that Putin built, the vertical of power, is actually weak, and it can be taken down by few thousand armed men, and he almost took it down. He was this close. His mistake was that he believed Putin. Putin must have made promises to him, and 1 month later, Prigozhin was dead. His plane was shot down, not far away from Moscow, right next to one of Putin's houses, ironically. So, again, killing success. I was spot on. But again, it's not even, I don't consider it such a huge achievement, because it was obvious that Prigozhin was dead man walking. Next, Iron Curtain for Russians. Was I right or what? And that's very sad. On May 6th, on May 26th, I made a stream. It was called Putin Wants to Force Russians to Stay in Russia. I've said everything I wanted to say over the months. You know what's happening. You know that there have been many new laws created in Russia, and they make it very difficult for Russians to leave the country. Well, no, I should rephrase it. They give much more control to the government over people. For example, there's a new law. An official at the border patrol can seize, confiscate foreign travel and passport of a Russian citizen for any reason, for simply suspecting, having a suspicion that the passport is tampered with. Basically, they seize and they say, well, you're not flying out right now. We're going to do an investigation. There are quite a few laws that make it much more easier for Russian government to force Russians stay in Russia. Again, it's a big discussion. I cannot cover it in a couple words here, but just know that I was spot on. The Iron Curtain is descending upon Russia. It's not completely hasn't completely descended. Russians can still leave the country. I mean, it's not a slave camp yet, but it's getting there. You kind of can see the direction it's moving, and you start seeing the goal somewhere far, but you start seeing it. So I was spot on. And the next prediction I made was on chaos that would be grown in Russia. And again, I was spot on, unfortunately. Let me show you something. Seeds of Chaos Grown in Russia. That's the stream I made on June 6th. And basically, the stream was about how Russia was becoming more lawlessness. There was more lawlessness. Common sense was disappearing. Whatever had been left of it, it was disappearing fast. The vertical of power started shaking, and Putin was being isolated from public when leadership was needed. Then Ukraine started attacking multiple targets inside Russia, inside Crimea, and even in Moscow. And there was a drone flew to a building right next to my apartment while my family was still there. Things like that. And it seemed like Russia was becoming chaotic. Leadership disappeared. I was right. Chaos is shaping in a very different way now. Law enforcement is given so many more rights than it used to have. And now they're turning the entire country into gulag. Things that have been happening in the last couple of months, they're unbelievable. People getting arrested left and right. Charges, they're just, it's made up from thin air. Things happen that it's chaos, and it's growing. And I think I was absolutely right. Now, my biggest disappointment, and I was so wrong about that, and I think you all remember what it is. I was wrong. Vladimir Putin is still in the office. I said many, many times that I had a gut feeling that he would be out of the office one way or another. Dead, alive, by own decision, by decision of his friends. That I couldn't really tell, and no one can tell, but I had a gut feeling that his reign was coming to an end. He's still alive. He's still well. Well, it's either Putin or perhaps it's a person who looks like Putin somewhat. I can't tell you that. Okay, but whoever it is, he's still in the Kremlin. He's still in charge. He still shows up, and he's running to be elected for sixth time. Yeah, for the sixth time. No, for the fifth. For the fifth time. Anyway, since 2000. Although I don't think that he will last that long, I still have a feeling he's got to go. Because you simply cannot do what he has done and get away with it for a long time. It's impossible, okay? Everything, everybody, and everything is against him, okay? He just cannot last that long. It's really hard for me to explain, but this is the feeling I get. He's done too much, too bad. He will fall the victim of his own system, and he cannot last much longer than now, you know. So I still have this feeling, but nevertheless, it's the end of 2023, and Putin's still in the Kremlin in his office. So I was wrong. So basically, three biggest things I was wrong on were Putin. The second one, economy's demise, and it's still alive. It's not well. It's still alive, but the demise will come in about 6 to 8 months. This is what I think, and there are objective reasons why I was wrong. Because something that I did not expect, not only me, but no one expected, that Russia could circumvent the sanctions and start the war with Israel, between Hamas and Israel, and start benefiting the high oil prices again and so forth. But fundamentally, Russian economy is just, that's it, it's done. They're running out of money. Next year, they're going to be out of money. No more sugarcoating for anyone. Eggs is just the beginning. And that's pretty much it. I've been right many more times than I was wrong, which makes me kind of proud, because before the war in Ukraine started, I was never involved in politics. I was never a political analyst. I was just an executive. I had a job at a construction company, and I was enjoying doing YouTube. I was enjoying telling you about what I knew about Russia. I compared Russia to the United States, and after the war, I started doing heavy political analysis, economic analysis, and for an amateur that I am, I've been right on many things, and that's actually, I'm proud of that. And that's it. If I've forgotten something about something being wrong on something, then please let me know in the comments. I know not too much time left. It's a long stream, but hey, it's a complicated topic, and it's the end of the year. So please let me know what you think. Ask questions, or put me on the spot. I love that. I love when you try to put me on the spot. Hey, I'm honest, I'm sincere. If I'm mistaken about something, then I admit it. So put me on the spot, please. And while I'm turning the live stream chat on, as usual, I think I've been asking it for the past 6 months. Please help me. Help me spread this message by making reposts on your social media accounts. That feeds the algorithm. Algorithm loves that when people come to see YouTube from different sources, from different websites, and it starts showing my message to more and more people that way. So please help me out. Want to buy me a coffee or a tea? Not necessary, but much appreciated. Thank you so much. And this is it. I am just give me a couple seconds here, please. my usual routine for live stream questions. There you go. Now I am seeing. I'm back to the live stream chat. I miss you. The last time we did it was before Christmas. Great to see everyone. Lorna, Mami K, Bob S, Harry Potnan, Amir, Nightbot, the best moderation team in the world, and the best usual suspects: Dirk, Jeffrey, Frank, Paula, Baker Stock, Life Motif for me, Mr. Kaliskin, Grace, all over the place. Used to be Grace Philosophy. Fantastic to see you, Grace. Thank you for coming. Long time no see. I'm sending you prayers. We send you our prayers to you every single day still. We keep on doing that. John, Koshkin Dom, Ferrari guy. Ferrari guy, do you really drive Ferrari? Life. Jim, Old Silver, EW 1974, Pamela J, Tom W, the Highwayman, good to see you. Sam K, the Legend, Cheryl, Pam Tree Kate, Carmen, Artistic Wolf, good to see you. Good to see you. Great that you came back. Chirper, JR, Mac, thanks for the super chat in the comments. Frank, Reinhardt, Petra, Frank in Texas, Opa Andre, Roy Cousins, Terry, friends, fantastic. Jimmy Penrose from Maine, Edgecombe, Maine. Maine is number one. Send my regards to the wonderful state where the life should be, the way the life should be. Thank you. Maine looks like Canada, by the way. So if you have not been to Maine, it's just like Canada. And Canada is also a beautiful country. And Daniel McInnes is from Canada. Send in super chat. Thank you so much. Sending my love to Canada. Another excellent stream. Enjoying Twinings English breakfast. Cheers. I'm done with mine. And everyone is sleeping because it's already 2:12 a.m. So I can't ask anyone to make me tea. Happy New Year to you all. Yes, Happy New Year. By the way, speaking of New Year, I am going to celebrate New Year with a bunch of people from Tashkent Breakfast Club. And I will try to stream if we have good, decent internet connection in the place where we're going to. So I invite everyone to participate in the New Year stream. Not going to be a long one, but hey, I will try to show you how we celebrate New Year, our biggest holiday here in Uzbekistan. Thank you very much, Leitmotiv, for me, for putting your comment in all caps and putting inside Russia after red sign so it appears in a large orange box. Thank you, Baker Stock, for that too. And I usually read those comments in caps and highlighted in orange. Jim Flag, how will the war in Ukraine end and when? You're putting me on the spot, all right. I can't tell you. I pray for it every single day. I pray with everyone here, and I pray when I, privately. I am sure that war in Ukraine will be stopped not at the front lines, but the win for Ukraine will come from inside Russia. I think that Russia will implode. And from what I'm seeing right now, it's imploding. I don't think I am wrong. I still stand by my word. It is imploding. There are different scenarios. If it's real Putin, he's just getting old and not healthy. Russian economy is, I'm going to make a live stream. I was going to make it before the end of the year, but just running out of time. It's going to be probably 2nd or 3rd of January. And I'm going to make it, I'm doubling my stakes. Because what I'm seeing, again, is worse than I thought before. A real tsunami is coming. And it's already here. I mean, there are signs, there are fires breaking out here and there, and Russian government is putting them down. I call it trying to sugarcoat the situation, but you can't do that for long. They're running out of money. It's going to be eggs. It was already chicken meat. Now it's eggs. Then it'll be gas. Then it'll be could be even bread. For what it know. No, probably not. It's easier to bake bread yourself if you don't have it, but you can't make eggs yourself. So that's foods will be hit the first. And so anyway, I think the victory of Ukraine will come from inside Russia, and I think it's gonna happen. The war not gonna last for, like some experts say, for years or decades. No. Russia cannot sustain its economy. Anyway, please tune into the upcoming stream, and it's called Doubling My Stakes. I'll explain in more details there. Grace all over the place. I know I'm grateful. May I ask, what's your thoughts on Anastasia Ivleva almost naked party? The legal stuff she faces. I'm always listening to you. Streams in the mornings. Hugs. Grace, sending my hugs back to you. Love from Tashkent. Very good question. And it shows that you are really following what's happening inside Russia. Let me answer Sam K's question, because it will disappear soon. And then I'll come back to yours. It's extremely interesting. And it's actually, remember I said earlier that chaos is growing in Russia, and Ivleva's situation, Ivleva, is some of that chaos that's happening. Sam K, you are a legend. Don't forget that. To the amazing thank you. I don't want to read that. The Borg Queen of Russia comes up with fresh regurgitation each time. Regurgitation. I don't know the word, but I understand the meaning. So, Sam, thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of Inside Russia. It's fantastic to have you. Now, folks, I have not touched this topic, but I will explain in a nutshell, because Grace asked. In Russia, the talk of the country right now is the naked party. Basically, a week ago, very influential Russians, very famous Russians, performers, actors, some officials, some politicians, showed up at an exclusive elite party. And it was thrown by a blogger, a very famous person in Russia. She was a host of a travel show for a long time. Her name is Nastya Ivleeva. Okay, very rich lady. She's in early 30s. And basically what happened was everyone showed in clothing that showed body parts. How do I say that? You could see butts, you could see nipples, see-through costumes, all in the body color, so it appeared like there was nothing on you. Okay, that type of stuff. I mean, did I like that? No. Would I participate in a party like that? Never. There was filming. There was lots of filming on that party, in that party. And then the footage was leaked. And it blew up in the news all over Russia. And the news were like this. Look at these people. Look what they're doing. And these people are Z-patriots, by the way. They all support the war. They have government contracts. They're sponsored by large companies. And, so outrage was absolutely incredible. And the outrage not just from Russian people. Who cares about Russian people, right? Outrage was from the politicians, some of them at least. And they started writing to the Attorney General's office, police, making reports, and police came and started investigating those people who participated in this private event, which was closed off just by invitation only. And one of the guys, a rapper, rap performer in Russia, he was arrested and sentenced to 15 days in prison for simply showing up in a costume that covered his genitalia, and that's it. You couldn't even see it. It was covered. But it's considered illegal in Russia because it's not moral. It's against the Russian church morals, things like that. The club has been sealed off. They shut it down for 1 month. And of course, they don't come and say, hey, you did this party and it's against this law. No, there's no such law in Russia. But they come and say, whoa, wait a second. We're going to start investigating your taxes. We have a suspicion that you don't pay taxes. So anyway, Ivleva has been canceled. All these people, well, not all, but many have been canceled. They're kicked off. The concerts are canceled. They're kicked off from sponsoring contracts. And there's a hunt against them right now. Ivleva is being sued for 1 billion rubles. The reason the guy, Z-Patriot, another Z-Patriot, is suing her. He didn't do any damage to him, but he says, well, she did moral damage to me and to the boys on the front lines. Okay, it's crazy, but the lawsuit is on. And right now she is facing 5-year prison term for propagating LGBT plus and extremism. Not LGBT, I'm sorry, extremism. She's considered extremist for throwing that party. This is chaos. I mean, I don't like what those people did, but it's fairly innocent considered to what the politicians and other people in Russia do. Okay, this is my stand on it. I didn't like the party, but I hate to see what they're doing to these people. Okay, Grace, this is my answer. Chaos. That was the first thing I thought when I was making the stream. Chaos was growing, the seeds of chaos. June 6th stream. This is, the seeds of chaos are growing, okay? And this is what's happening. It's crazy. William G. Atheist number 1 from Canada, thank you so much. The best New Year's Eve gift for the West. One name only in the obituary section of the Times. Front page is even better. Thank you so much, William. Thanks for the support. Thanks for coming and being with us. Thank you very much. It's hard to disagree with you, you know. Hawk Legging, thank you so much. After this live stream, not urgent, please have a look at the comments of your Merry Christmas video for your sponsors. Will do. Thank you so much for being a sponsor for a very long time. And for how many, for how long? It doesn't show here. But it's a red star, so it's a very long time. Thank you. And we have holy moly, we have a new sponsor, new old sponsor, Exploring with a Zoo in Us. Howdy, friends. Sending my love to Seattle. Long time no see. Fantastic to see you. I looked at your Instagram recently. It's good stuff. Michael Travis, will you make a Russian YouTube channel to see how long it takes before you're banned? Banned by who? YouTube is not going to ban me for making Russian channel. I don't think so. But Michael, I'm not gonna even try because I have my hands full here with this channel. You know, I released 2 videos in one day yesterday. One video took me 18 hours straight from, with like a break for breakfast and for sleep. And another video took me, the live stream, to produce around 6.5 hours. So trust me, once I'm done with my stream, my video, I don't want to do anything else with YouTube. I just want to go and sleep. That's all. So I'm not even gonna try. I have so much right now with my channel going on. I don't care they ban me or not, or there's plenty of things at the inside Russia. RC Roscoe, thank you. Good to see you. Did you see that interview with the old Russian woman today, Vera Ivanovna? I did not. I did not have time, but I definitely will. Mike Ryzhikov, has YouTube tried to take down your channel? Yes, it did. It demonetized it for a couple weeks in May. They didn't try to take it down, but I certainly had my share of troubles from YouTube. So I think I missed super chats. Autistic Wolf. Hang on. Just curious, how likely you think it could be that Putin truly did leave this world in late October and his doubles are filling in as talking heads? Really tough question. There are pros and cons. Pros is this guy kind of acts like regular Putin. Cons is if you look at his face closely, you see that there's something wrong with it, with the face, I mean. It's deformed and it changes. From one event to another event, it changes, okay? I don't know. I really don't. Like I said, a marker for me would be if he decided to run for another term. He did. But another marker is if he runs and wins, which he will, then if he's dead now, a real one is dead, that they will begin the transfer of power to a successor. And we will start seeing that around late spring, early summer of next year. If that happens, then most likely that Putin did depart to another world. The heck is Sam K? Thank you so much for your support, your legend. To the amazing and legend for more Western propaganda fluid. Thank you. Oh yeah, I already saw that. Still suffering from lack of sleep. This is my third stream in 2 days, by the way. Third YouTube piece. Thank you. Please tell my love to all mods, to the entire community. Say I wish all happy new year, because I'm not member chat mode for me is slow, but I'm still your patron. Many hugs and prayers. Thank you so much, Grace. Patreon is better for me, because I pay less commission to Patreon than to YouTube. So thank you so much, and yeah, everyone sees that. Everyone sees this message loud and clear. So how we doing on time? Oh, time's up. Okay. Okay, friends. Joe's Rames, thank you for sponsoring 5 people. Thank you. Brianna, fantastic to see you. I don't have to read your name when I see your mascot, the avatar. I know it's you. So good to see you. Wish for you and your family a better 2024 than 2023 was. I am a permanent resident now in Argentina, and think someday when you can, your wife and you visit here. You'd love Buenos Aires, and people are optimistic now. Brianna, thank you so much. First of all, Brianna is one of the first members of Inside Russia community. Okay, she's let's say the foundation, a huge stone in the foundation of this community, of this channel. Thank you so much for being who you are, and it's good to know that you moved to Argentina. I hope you're having a good time. Please come back more often, and tell me what you and other Argentinians think of the new president. I loved his picture with a baseball bat saying, communism, stay away, or something like that. What do you think? Yes or no? Is he a good guy, or, someone to watch for? Angela McNall, thank you so much. And Sam K, have a wonderful New Year, Constantine and family. Garth McNeil, all the best in the new year. Thank you, friends. Thank you. I wish everyone 2024 be better than 2023. And let's finish this, what could be the last live stream this year. It's unbelievable. Time flies, huh? Let's finish it with a prayer. There will be a live stream. There will be a crazy news update tomorrow, but that I'll try to make it a video. Oh, it takes such a long time to produce videos. Incredible. Then there will be a live stream chat for sponsors and patrons on Saturday. Definitely, by all means. And Sunday, under question, New Year Day. I will try my best. So, thank you, friends. Fantastic to have you. My honor and pleasure. Let's pray. Finish this live stream with prayer. Dear Lord Jesus Christ, thank you for giving us all you have given. Thank you for giving us this day, this week, and this year. Thank you for putting food on our tables, roofs over our heads, giving us shelter, warmth, giving us your love. Thank you for surrounding us with people who we love and who love us and care for us. Please give us wisdom to keep the skies above our children's heads peaceful and safe, and raise our children the way that when they grow up, they will not participate in any war and be friends to each other, and they will make this world a better place. For now, please keep our children healthy, strong, and safe. Dear Lord, please help stop bloodshed in Ukraine. It's been a tough year for the country and for the people. Please help all the Ukrainians who have suffered, have been affected. Answer the prayers and make their wishes come true. Please reach out and touch the hearts and souls of people responsible for the war and who can make the decision to stop the war. Fill their hearts with love, mercy, empathy, remorse. Soften their hearts, and if needed, kick them in the butts so they wake up from their lethargic sleep and make the decision to stop the war. Please help my country, Russia. Assemble the army of your strongest angels with sharpest and longest knives and swords and all kinds of weapons, led by Saint Michael in shining armor, and send that army of yours like avalanche, heavenly avalanche onto this earth to get rid of the demons whose faces and names we know. Please send your army to get rid of them and have angels run Russia and have angels help good Russians run Russia so the country becomes peaceful, loving, loved, respected, and respecting. Please help. Safe travels to everyone who's traveling. Send safety to everyone who's in trouble of any kind. Send help to everyone who's seeking for political asylum or any kind of asylum, running away from evil. Help the Ukrainians who are currently under attacks or, threatened by the attacks of Russian missiles. Send them safety. Bless those who are helping Ukrainians. Please help all who are sick, addicted, hungry, jobless, homeless, depressed, losing their faith, betrayed, backstabbed, not feeling well about themselves, not feeling well about life. Please send love to the hearts of those people so they feel it. They feel your love, they feel your care, they feel your warmth, and they will be comforted by that. Please make their lives better. Have them feel your presence. Have them feel like they're not alone. You are with them. Have them feel that they have support and love from you, and they will feel better about themselves, about their lives, and they will have a chance to have happy life. Thank you so much, dear Lord. Thank you for our community, for allowing us to come together and pray every day. Please, thank you for everyone who's praying along with me or simply watching us pray. Please answer everyone's prayers and make everyone's dream come true. I would like to ask you for some people who need your help. Please help Susie Mailer. Give her strength. Comfort her. Fill her heart with love, with warmth. Be with her and send her angels to be with her. Please let her know that we are with her in the situation, and please have her husband who passed away, have him rest in peace by your side. Thank you. Please help Steven's grandpa, Warren Spees, with addiction and PTSD, Jay Spike, Tracy, Denny from Kiev, James Marston, Frank Caprio, Jim in Houston, Linda, Olga and her son Alexei, Paul Wright and his community, Jason Carney, please send complete recovery, so he's 100% healthy. Also, please help Dirk, Blackhead, 16-year-old girl Evie, Sandra Dunn, Jill, Dive Crew Canada. Thank you for Alexei Navalny coming back to us alive and fairly well. Kyle E.'s wife, Joseph Johnson, Dory, Heidi Homestead, CB, Rhonda McGillis, Ann Larson's daughter Hannah, Terry Carter's former in-laws, Morgan L., Electron's family, John, Kurt from Colorado, Deborah, Bogey Burgers and his two sons, Jason Connor, Janice Stevenson, Buzz Salmon, Leslie Fleming's daughter, Sam from Kiev, Wayne, who's fighting 2 cancers. Please send recovery, send strength to him and his family. Anna, Scan family members who need help. Dave, Dawn, Summer 613's mother. Mike O'Neill, Lise Dumbrell, Darla, George Ruberty, White Lightning, Julia Haney, Yelena, Natasha, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Svetlana, Bonnie, Grace Philosophy, Randolph, Mr. Dean Spooner at his church, Liz, MS paramedic, Karen from Maine, Ashley and family, David Porter, his family and everyone from Chernovtsi, Ukraine, Meta Spencer, Terry Carter's fiancé, John Lee McMahon, Life, Michael Yukon, Pamela J., and Karine Vasseur. Dear Lord, thank you so very much. Amen. Friends, thank you so much for a fantastic year. Thank you. It's my honor that you come here and visit frequently, regularly, and communicate and speak and ask questions and comments and support, watch. This is my life now, so thank you so very much. You are absolutely awesome and you rock, and I would like to invite you to finish the stream with regular, you know what to say. Just like in every stream, just say it after me as loud as you can, and I'll see you very soon. Carthago delenda est.